Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the breaking news time. Liverpool have submitted a bid for Bayer Leverkusen's Florian Wirtz. I'm Steve Moore, that's Chris Pajak you've just heard from. Over there we've got Lewis Aspinall. Spoiler, we have just been recording our Keep, Sell, Loan show. That'll be out on Monday on Redmen Plus. As we were in the middle of recording that, this news broke, and I thought, you know what, we have to stay around, we have to get live on YouTube, we have to discuss the news. I will get your guys' comments in a second. Let me just bring you where I'm up to on this one. David Ornstein of The Athletic drops an arm bomb. Liverpool submit offer to sign Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, worth up to 130 million euros in total. This is an improved second bid, and the figure is a top-end amount compromising of a fixed fee and potential add-ons. The 22-year-old Bayer Leverkusen playmaker is keen to join Liverpool. The noises around this first came out at the weekend, Chris, like Liverpool are interested, and then it was, do you think he's going to Bayern? And then we were in the exhibition centre on Friday at Boss Night, and it came out, Florian Wirtz wants to join Liverpool, and we were made up. It appears the feeling is mutual, because Liverpool have now made a record transfer bid to sign Florian Wirtz. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling very, very excited. I think we've just signed the best player on the market, or we will have submitted a bid to sign the best player on the market, certainly. And, you know, he's been house hunting. He knows he wants to come to Liverpool. It's fantastic that Arne Slot was able to get his PowerPoint presentation in front of him and blow Vincent Kompany and his Corel Draw presentation out the water. There's no messing around. Arne Slot's proved he means business. And he's proven that we're not going to rest on our laurels this summer. We are going to go out there and fight for defending the Premier League title as well. And Florian Wirtz is a sensational footballer. You know, absolutely top drawer, isn't he? And, you know, could be a huge difference maker to this Liverpool side, because the creativity that he's got is second to none.
Lewis, if the report, and again, there's a lot of add-ons and stuff, and it's worth mentioning in David Ornstein's piece, he mentions that. If it does get to 130 million euros, that's around 109 million pounds. There's some discrepancy on exactly what is Liverpool's record transfer. We don't exactly know how many of the add-ons Liverpool hit for Darwin Núñez. But worst case is it's somewhere around 80 to 85 million pounds. Liverpool are shattering that. It is almost an extra half on top. Well, there's more. You know what I mean? It's over 50% more than that. Well, give or take, roughly, depends on what it is. It's a monumental fee for Liverpool to be spending. We have never seen them do this before. It is quite out of character. They must think this lad is the absolute business.
Yeah, because he is. Well, he is. He's one of the best midfielders in Europe, one of the best players in Europe. And you have to spend big when you're on top. And last time we won the league, we went out and we signed Tsimikas, Thiago and Jota. Not bad. But at the same time, you're thinking, oh, you know, it's not the greatest of windows ever. This is a statement from us that every single club in Europe next season, we are not resting on our laurels. We're going to go out there and give it absolute hell next season. And getting someone like Florian Wirtz over the likes of Bayern Munich, and then Madrid were trying to pipe in, and City don't have the money to pay and whatever. This is massive for us as a club. And it's a huge fee, but it's something that you look at and think there's no downside. When we went to bid for Caicedo and the 100 million was getting touted, everyone thought the sky was falling. Like, that was a ridiculous thing to try and sign. Massive money, not the very Liverpool way that we used to see. And this makes sense. This is an area of the pitch where fans have been crying out for more goals. Pundits, players, even Arne Slot's doing it himself. You're acquiring someone who scored 16 goals and 11 assists in midfield. Someone who's done the invincible season with Bayer Leverkusen. The youngest player to score 5 goals in the Bundesliga, 10 goals in the Bundesliga. Bayer Leverkusen's youngest ever goal scorer. If you can look at Florian Wirtz and say that he isn't worth that amount of money, he's worth more. That is a steal. And I understand it's 100 million plus. Like, you can't complain about that money being spent on him, because if you're the champions and you want to assert yourself even further than we have done this season on the Champions League and the Premier League, you've got to make these signings.
Yeah, I love that, and I love the fact that Liverpool have gone out there, and I said this I think on the podcast the other day, and Liverpool are trying to get the heir apparent to Kevin De Bruyne, and the fact that Manchester City needed that replacement themselves and weren't able to get him over Liverpool shows you what a destination we are as a football club right now. I mean, He could have taken the easy road to Bayern Munich, and probably won himself another couple of league titles. But he wants to assault Europe, I think, and he wants to, ply his trade in the toughest league in the world. And that tells you what he is as a person as well, and what he's after, and what he believes that Liverpool can be, which is the same as what the fans think as well. Arne Slot, I think the most important game for Arne Slot this season happened in the Champions League, and it was a win, but it felt like a loss in some ways. It was the win against PSG, and I think that's the most important game, because he's looked at that and gone, boy, these guys are fast, and we need to get somewhere else if we want to challenge for European, the big ones in the European Champions League and stuff. So I think he's looked at that game and he's learned from that loss over the two legs and gone, this is what we need to do. We need to have patience to this side, we need to have creativity into this side, and we need to get that little bit of youth and enthusiasm into this side. An incredibly experienced player for 22 years old, as you say. Not only all the records that you said, he was the youngest player to reach 50 appearances in the Bundesliga, 29 I think it is, caps for Germany since making his debut in 2021 as well. This lad's got all kinds going for him, and maybe 10 years at the top. So we could be talking about Florian Wirtz in a Liverpool shirt for a very long time.
Fingers crossed. Let's go to some comments. Craig with the super chat. Craig Tebb says, Kirkes, Frimpong and Wirtz all announced on Sunday. Eyes emoji. I mean, I think Frimpong might be earlier.
Frimpong Friday, man.
I think maybe Frimpong in about a couple of hours, maybe back in a bit.
It was Follow Friday, now it's Frimpong Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe Flow Friday or something as well. We don't know where we're at with that one, but yeah, Liverpool are certainly meaning business. Our summer content plan is going to shit because Liverpool are doing it all early, but we're all right with that. Might give us a bit more time.
Mate, they're just taking advantage of the fact that the window's open.
Yeah.
And they've had a month off where they could be doing all this stuff while everyone else has been actually...
Get us in, first day of pre-season, please. Let's work on everything, you know what I mean? Sound. Isn't the parade and stuff so interesting as well in all of this? And, you see the fans and everything else. You can see what it means, like... From the outside world, looking at the way Liverpool celebrated winning the Premier League, it was like a freaking bat symbol to the entire world, wasn't it? The best players. Look at what you can be at Liverpool Football Club.
We are no longer a journey club. We are the destination, like you said perfectly before. And this is a club that you look at last season, everyone thought, Klopp's leaving, things will go to pot. No. If the infrastructure is more sound than it was in the back room, you've got the likes of Frimpong, one of the most sought-after right-backs in European football. Kerkez, the best left-back in the Premier League last season. And now Florian Wirtz, and we're being linked to Ekitike and Adam Wharton, all these top-quality players. We are taking no shit from no one next season. And I'm so excited to see what this goes.
The Cop counter says he easily becomes the best number 10 in the Premier League. It's hard to disagree with that one, isn't it, really? Yeah. Odegaard's good. But yeah, is there anyone...
Eze, maybe?
Can we do one of them speak when... things.
I can't think of enough number 10s.
I can only think of two at the minute.
He's the best in the Premier League.
David Murphy says, we've never made a signing like this before, one to make all of Europe stand up and take notice. I had this conversation earlier, Chris, with Paul Gorst, actually on Journal Insight. If you want to go and check that out on Plus, I'll give you a discount, free code in a moment.
I actually think we have. I think Torres was the same.
Yeah, maybe. You might be right.
But was that not a bit more of a, we knew what he could do, but it was also a bit of potential kind of, we could see what he was going to become. It wasn't like to the level of someone like Wirtz, where at the minute he's already like European dominating.
Torres is a good example.
Torres was the best striker in La Liga pretty much when we signed him.
And there was a big fee relatively at the time, but it wasn't this. This is, I see your point as well. They're both quality young players. You are right, maybe that is done. I was thinking more along the lines of, when they've gone for an absolutely bona fide, already a superstar type player, Thiago's really the only one recently, and that was a different stage of his career. Van Dijk, we all knew how good he was, but he probably wasn't seen across Europe as that type of player. Alisson, relatively similar. I don't think many people would call Alisson the world's best goalkeeper at the time.
I think the difference probably, and I'll argue against myself here, is I think Florian Wirtz is world class, and I don't think Torres was quite.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm saying. I think Van Dijk, we knew we were getting a pretty good one. I don't think the whole of Europe recognised him as like this absolute superstar that we all kind of thought we were getting.
Yeah, we just bought we're buying or bidding on the Bundesliga's best player this season
twice
in a team who didn't win the league. That doesn't happen, does it?
And we are the team that won the league as well, which always makes you feel better as well. Vincent says it will be our best signing since Jürgen. Poor Anna. Poor Anna.
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah. There's a Van Dijk. Alisson Becker. There's a lot to be said there. I disagree with that one. Mo Salah's Liverpool's greatest ever player, in my opinion. So I think I will give him that one. Daniel asked a good question, Chris. And I know you're going to do a deep dive later with Josh, trying to put the pieces together on Liverpool's plans going forward. But Daniel asks, what does this mean for Dom? Do we think we're looking at using him as a wide player?
Wait. No, this is part and parcel of the deep dive later, so we're going to go over this one, Daniel. It's going to be on Redmen Plus, actually. You can use the free code. The code is Champions. It runs out tomorrow. It's me, Josh. We're live at 3:45 on Redmen Plus. So use the code Champions when you sign up as a Club Captain subscriber. And we will be talking about what Jeremy Frimpong means for this side. We'll be talking about what Kerkez could mean for this side. We'll be talking about what Florian Wirtz means, and a big chunk of that agenda is already around Dominic Szoboszlai. And we're also going to talk about centre forwards because of the Ekatike links. So yeah, we'll get over there. We're going to do about probably 40 minutes on this. So if you want an answer to that question, it's getting recorded later, mate.
There you go. Absolutely got you sussed. TG says we've got the best left back, right back and 10 available on the market before the window even opens. It's unbelievable business. Again, nothing is confirmed yet. We are waiting for the Jeremy Frimpong news. We are led to believe that's going to be today. We'll see. It feels like they're pretty close to Kerkez and now potentially Florian Wirtz as well, Lewis.
It's mental.
What world are we living in here, by the way? Liverpool,
Arne Slot, I remember when Arne Slot came in and he said along the lines of, we need to start acting like the big club. You know, we don't downplay. We're not the underdogs anymore. We're us, and we're basically going to swing our cocks about a little bit. He didn't say that exactly, but paraphrasing it, this is kind of that. These are, for a club whose transfer business has often been told it's done too late, you don't do enough, don't spend enough money. There has been a sea change here somewhere because the Reds are, the window doesn't even open for 2 more days, and it feels like they are very, very close to having their 3 main targets all wrapped up, signed, sealed, delivered, boxed. Jobs are good.
I mean, if you go back last year and everyone was saying, we need to get rid of this player, Nunez needs to go, we need to sell Jota, we need to sign a centre-back, a CDM, a defensive midfielder, whatever, they've given this year to see and assess what we definitely need in Slot's system. If you'd have said to me last year, left back should be a priority, I'd agree that we probably did need one, but I wouldn't have been viewing it as a key position on the pitch that needs strengthening. We didn't know what was going on with the contracts. We didn't know if we were going to need to replace them. They've took this year off, and Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards and everyone in the back room have seen players on the market that they can get for good value who will strengthen the squad. And you go back and we were signing Mamadashvili going out on loan and Chiesa, and everyone was kicking off saying, what's the point? This is the point. And we've seen that these players, these massive European names, want to leave their clubs and are acquirable for a good fee. And I would like to see us go out and sign big names all the time and spend money. But if taking a year off then means that we're going out and getting Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong, and that's just the start of the window, I've got no issue taking that gap year and waiting until the real money comes in. We've saved up our pocket
especially
money.
If in the gap year we were in the Prem.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Are you kidding me?
I'm having the gap here, but by the way, I went shagging all around Europe.
Klopp could turn chicken shit into chicken salad, and I think that's why there were points where he maybe wasn't as backed financially, because he got the best out of players that you wouldn't have expected them to. Slot's coming in and saying, if you want me to get the best results, you're going to have to sign the best players. And too right, because he's warranted that decision being made after this season.
I don't think Liverpool have ever really struggled with spending big on players that they think are worth it.
Yeah.
They just value players very, very stringent.
Yeah, just differently to us. There's nothing wrong with that. And look, everyone gets, myself included, everyone gets pissed off when Liverpool don't sign players, because it's hard to see the plan when the plan's the no plan. But we can see the plan this time around, and it's certainly not a no-plan plan. No. It's go out there, assault, and whip your dick out and shove it on the table.
I thought it was getting shoved somewhere else then. That was going.
That was a heavy slam. Ian William from Fife actually says, hi, I'm Ian. Ian Fife here, sorry. Says, I've been a Liverpool fan since 1973. This is the most exciting transfer year ever. I can't wait to hear that we got him. It is that type of thing, isn't it? It's a monumental. Someone else mentioned here, actually, I'll see if I can find it. It was D&G, signing Wirtz reminds me of signing a certain Kenny Dalglish.
Oh.
Again, it's hyperbole often.
Hyperbole with the nudes there, like, you know what I mean?
Hyperbole sometimes. But like, that is, everyone's excited about this. Even people, like, not, like, I'm guessing like Ian, really, like, not really that keen on the transfers or not really that arsed. Like, this is monumental. Like, everyone knows him. Everyone who watched that Germany side recently, just, oh my God, like, this kid's a superstar. He's the best player. He's already ripping it up. It's so exciting.
It really is, and I keep coming back to it. This lad's an absolute game changer. He's like Arne Slot. I think his side needs and he wants them to be able to dominate in the middle of the park, and I think Florian Wirtz gives us that option. I think it's opportunistic because I don't think the plan going into this summer per se was particularly to go after Florian Wirtz, but whoever it is behind the scenes that is finding out about whether players want to come to us or if there are release clauses, because we can talk about the Frimpong stuff as well. Liverpool are doing a corporate espionage job on another level. Like, at the moment, aren't they finding out? I mean, Dom Szoboszlai's release clause, Alexis McAllister's release clause, Frimpong's release clause, the fact that Wirtz could be swayed is an incredible find out. Then to actually have your manager go over there with he probably had the Premier League trophy behind him in his Zoom call, didn't he, to be honest with you, or at least the replica, doing his presentation and stuff. I mean, it's sensational. They're long gone are the days when Steven Gerrard's being asked for Brendan Rodgers to go and speak to players. This is a Premier League winning manager now, with a proven track record of winning domestic leagues. And he's been able to convince them himself, and he's having the backing. I mean, it's incredible. And what Florian Wirtz is going to give us, man, is something else. And I think everyone in the Premier League right now, if you're a fan of another football club, you are absolutely gutted with what Liverpool are doing so far in this window.
Yeah, the Premier League champions are signing. If anyone better than this guy moves this window,
there's no one better. There's no one better moving this.
You're gonna struggle for it. There aren't too many as good as him who are going to be on the move. Next question, I'll come to you on this one, Lewis. This is on the day that Liverpool took around between £8 and £10 million, whatever you want to call it, for Trent Alexander-Arnold to go to Real Madrid a bit early again. Yeah, good business in terms of get it while you can. That you can play in the Club World Cup. Good luck to him. Not. Liverpool needed creativity. I think against Palace we saw it a little bit at times. Like, Trent's still fucking good. Like, he is ready. You know, with the passing and the some of the stuff he can do, no one else could do. Yeah. Yes, Jeremy Frimpong's coming in. He's a different type of right back. If Liverpool were thinking along the lines of, well, how are we going to replace all these assists, all this creativity from Trent Alexander-Arnold, it feels like they're going to go about it in a more conventional way of it not being your right back who does that. It's going to be your number 10 and your midfielder. Yeah. Therefore, they did need to sign someone to be that creative spark in this team, and enter Florian Wirtz.
I mean, you're signing someone who's in the top 5% for progressive passes, 1% for passes completed both medium and short, long passes in the top 17% in the Bundesliga. He's got 11 assists as well this season. That's a good number.
Last season, 18 goals and 20 assists.
Exactly. This isn't someone who's had this one good season. This is someone who's been consistently rising up. And you've got to remember as well, 4 years ago, he suffered a really bad injury as well. And he's come back from that and he's got better and he's had to adjust his game. He was at one point playing on the right wing because he was a very quick, direct player. He's now someone who's had to slow down and he dictates the tempo of games from midfield. He's a very creative player. And we were talking about De Bruyne's going on a free. Should Liverpool go for him? Is that someone they should be interested in to replace that creativity? You've now got Jeremy Frimpong, who's a very direct fullback, mixing with Florian Wirtz. The two of them combining it for Bayer Leverkusen was unplayable at points, and you're going to see that now at Liverpool with the addition of Milos Kerkez on the left-hand side doing it. You've still got players like Alexis McAllister and Szoboszlai who are creative, and Mo Salah, who ended the season almost breaking the assist record. Like, there is so much creativity, but it's coming from a different way. We all knew what Trent could do, but so did the oppositions. They know if you stifle Trent, you're getting rid of a large portion of our creativity. They're going to have to work it around us. We've got different avenues of creating chances now going forward. And like you said before, I can't remember if it was this show or the other one, I'm just my head's everywhere at the minute. If we can sign a number 9, someone up top to get on the end of those balls, you're talking about a season that could be even better than last season. And the thought of that, not just for us as fans, but for every other club in Europe, is a nightmare, because we're going nowhere next season. Telling you now, 21 is... it's there.
Liverpool are bang favourites for that. And I suppose what makes this a little bit I don't know if sense is the right word, Chris, but we have just recorded Keep Sell On. It'll be out on Monday again. If you use that Champions code on Redmen Plus now, that you will have that access to that show on Monday. There's a very good chance Liverpool are going to earn a lot of money off sales this year. You know, if you think what they're going to get, for example, Kelleher, Nunez, Timmercast, probably Gomez or one of those, you know, Harvey Elliott, almost there. That might pay a lot, or if not more than this Florian Wirtz stuff. And then, you know, they're going to, you know, add £10 million for Alexander-Arnold into that mix, by the way, as well. Then if it is going to be Frimpong, Kirk as a striker and a centre half, Liverpool's overall outlay might only end up being somewhere around 150 to 200 million pounds, whilst breaking your transfer record, because we're expecting quite a lot of players to go who are going to be bringing in pretty decent value, you would suspect.
Yeah, I think it's probably 110 million net spend maybe on this window is what I sort of have it pigeonholed as. You know, we made 98.1 million, I think it was, from the Champions League last season. You know, we stand to go even bigger, being the Premier League champions this time around. You got those extra games in the Champions League, of course. Liverpool are a money-making machine right now. Kit deals just come in. So Liverpool mean business, man. Liverpool look like they're about to not only just look at 21, they're looking for 22, 23, 24. And I think the big key to that for me is having a strong start, because I think City are going to obviously get better this season than last season, but because they're playing in the Club World Cup, can you get far enough ahead of them so that they're not interested in the league again, like we did this season, like we did 5 years ago when we won it? Arsenal, you know, they're going to strengthen. Liverpool needs it. Listen, if you're standing still in the Premier League, you're falling behind, and Liverpool aren't willing to stand still this time around, are they?
Absolutely. We've got a comment here from Ash. He's actually speaking to someone else. He's speaking in the chat, but I'm going to bring it up because it's a good one. He said that it's £100 million, assuming he hits all the add-ons. When you think about it, that's only £9 million more than what Man City paid for Jack Grealish.
Yeah, and listen,
it's mad that a £109 million player might be a bargain.
Also, you want him to hit the add-ons because it means you're winning European Cups.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
And that's fine by me, like, you know what I mean?
I've got no
I was about to say, I hadn't kind of thought about it that way. Like, 109 million isn't, I know it's mad, it's stupid. It's like, compared to what players are moving for now, Lewis, it's not that mental. Like I say, Manchester City pay £100 million for an older Jack Grealish. Again, the English tax kind of plays.
It's probably 90 up front, there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
I think that's what it'll come out as, something like that, and then 20 million.
So you're paying less than what City pay for Jack Grealish?
Yeah, I think so. And then it might be that there's a 10 million payment next season, or at the start of in the next accountancy period or whatever, and then maybe 10 million based on sort of bonuses and whatnot, and where you finish in competitions, you win the Premier League, how many goals he scores, blah, 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 who knows. Wouldn't surprise me if it was 90 to 100 million pound up front, is what I'm saying.
And, like, people have spent more money. Like, the players in the world who've gone for over 100 million, it's very rare that you find some that are, like, of good quality. You've got Enzo Fernandez, Antoine Griezmann when we went to Barcelona, Moises Caicedo, Jack Grealish, Romelu Lukaku, Dembele, Pogba, Jude Bellingham. Like, there is good players in there, but you can get duds. Florian Wirtz is not someone that you look at and think, oh, you know, is he going to be able to handle the Premier League? It's going to be as the Premier League can handle him, because it's a good amount of money. Yeah, it's a big chunk of change, but we've shown already this season that we're not in a position where we have to sell to buy. But we have got those players that are going to be leaving. We have got a good number. Nunez alone, if Saudi were interested in him at one point, if that's still a thing there, it was touted around £60 million. That's what, 2/3 of the fee? Like, it makes sense on paper. It's not like we're going out and spending 300, 400 million in a window like Chelsea, not recouping anything, and then half the squad's going to get sold the very next season. There's a plan in place, and the players which we've signed, key areas on the pitch that we knew we needed to improve in. We knew we needed a left back, a right back. We needed goals and assists more from midfield. We're getting that with Florian Wirtz. So yeah, it's a lot of money, but you need to, in the modern market, to get players of this quality, you have to spend big. I
love Declan Rice. I think he's fabulous. Yeah. I think Florian Wirtz is well better than him. And that's the level I think this player could be in. That's why it feels like it could make sense for everyone involved if he can get that one done. It is genuinely astounding. That's where we're at. Chris, I want to ask you this one. Jude Bellingham, Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, etc. We went through a spell there where, some high-profile players, some pretty good players, were deciding not to join Liverpool. They were going to go somewhere else. Obviously being Premier League champions helps, of course it does, but something's happened here more than that, where there's, again, a lad he's turned down by, for a German to turn down Bayern Munich in the starting point, for him to say he doesn't want to go to Manchester City, that felt like a pipe dream. Liverpool getting beat by Chelsea to players, with all due respect. What do you put, is this all on a slot? Is this people seeing what they saw last year winning the league? What do you think's changed for Florian Wirtz to say, basically, I'm not staying at Leverkusen, I'm not going to Bayern Munich, I'm not going to Manchester City, I want to go and play for Liverpool?
I think it's a load of things. I think probably you've named most of them there. I think, the foundation of this club and the name are obviously speaking for themselves and have spoken for themselves for decades now. I think seeing Arne Slot come in and, a few years ago he won the Dutch title and now he's won the Premier League, obviously makes a big difference. I think the quality of player, the fact that Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk have stuck around will add to that, because players want to play with the best to do it. Why wouldn't Florian Wirtz want to play with Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk, the two of the icons in the game right now? So there's all that. I think Liverpool pay really well as well. So that's important for them. They see the scenes at, Tottenham and the Palace game and the parade, and they want to be a part of a fan base that will love and respect them and treat them with love and respect. So it's a lot of different things. And, for me, I think it's also the chance to win European trophies. I think that is significant at Liverpool Football Club. We've done it when we've been crap, but ultimately we have competed in 3 European finals in the last sort of 10 years. 4 European finals in the last 10 years, 3 of which have been in the Champions League, isn't it? So, you can see Liverpool get into the latter stage of these competitions. When you look at, the likes of Bayern Munich and all that type of stuff, not really quite the same at the moment, and the team seems to be going the other way. So it's all of that. It
just feels well, Lewis. We should mention, the Premier League's the place to be.
Yeah,
it just is. The money's better than anywhere else. You'll be getting a good wage. It feels like
we've got Blackpool as well.
It always helps. He flew him into Blackpool. It's a known commodity. That's how you sign the best players in the world. Take them to
discounting the Big Dipper.
Take them to the pleasure beach. Take them to the pleasure beach. Is it called the Pepsi Max still? The big one.
Sure, it is.
The big one. Yeah, absolutely. Nickelodeon Land's there as well.
Exactly. Yeah, what more do you need?
What get down? I love the arcades in Blackpool. Anyway, I digress. I can speak about Blackpool for ages. It does feel like now the Premier League is the place to be, and Arne Slot and Richard Hughes and Liverpool have decided, we're going to be the destination now. We're going to be the place people want to go. Liverpool have always signed good players, and when Liverpool have signed players recently, for the most part, they've all been pretty good. There's very few exceptions. They usually get it spot on.
Yeah.
The fact that, and when they spend big money, very rarely to get wrong again. Darwin Núñez has proven to be maybe one that's probably we're going to look back on in due course. It didn't work out. For the most part, when Liverpool go big, they tend to get it right. I go back to it. The nerds have done the number crunching. They've done everything they need to know, and they've decided this lad's worth it, and he wants to come to us. It's just feels like a marriage made in heaven a little bit.
It is, and to be fair, it'll do him credit as well. I think knowing that we've crunched these numbers, we've gone through all this detail, and he's probably hearing all the signings we've made over the past few years and the detail we go into and the data-driven approach we have. And he's going to be looking at it and thinking, fuck, I could actually get better.
Yeah.
And he can.
That's what Slot told him, isn't it?
That's a massive thing that he's going to be looking at, because he's already a German international. Of course he is. He's already a big-name player, but just think of the level he could reach. And you're looking in the Premier League now, you've got Chelsea, who are still a bit of a basket case, even though Cole Palmer's shoving trophies down his kecks. You've got Tottenham are a mess. United, City are in the position they're in for the past 2 years. Who's to say that we're not going to become the dominant force in England for another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years beyond? That's such a prospect for any player to come into. And for him to be playing alongside the likes of Mo Salah, who's the best right winger in Premier League history, Van Dijk, one of the best centre-backs, Alisson, all these top-level players. You go to Bayern Munich, and I think there's a sort of, you'll win the Bundesliga, but are players bothered by that? Really? Like the only reason...
Well, he's done that.
That's what I mean, he's done that. Like,
been there, got the t-shirts.
You go to Bayern, you pretty much, it's nailed on that you're going to win it every season. The Champions League is the thing that you go there for the draw. Liverpool are in a better position to do it than Bayern Munich. And with the players that we're signing and the backroom situation and the other names that are being linked with this club, this is the place to be. Not just now, but going forward. So it makes perfect sense for him, perfect sense for us. imagine not being us. Genuinely, this is it's a mental window, and I'm so proud to support this club and be a part of it because this is nuts.
It's just getting started. Unfunny German says, I'm a fan of Leverkusen here. You will have the best team with Wirtz. He is so fucking awesome. You are the best team
Yes,
for him. Absolutely. Sorry about taking your best player. But yeah, that's us. Come support us. We're the new Leverkusen. We're getting Frimpong. We're getting Wirtz. So come and join us. We'll all have a great time. Last question. I'll leave it to you, Chris. Obviously, like I say, if you want more on this, even in terms of where he's going to play, how it might impact all the other stuff, do check out the deep dive later on Redmen Plus with Chris.
Hour's time, is it?
We're live in about less than an hour, roughly. Go over to Redmen Plus, sign up as a monthly captain subscriber, use that promo code CHAMPIONS. You'll get that show, you'll get Journo Insight, which I mentioned earlier as well, with me and Paul Gorst. We chatted about this story about numerous others as well. And then on Monday, the Keep Sell Loan show will be out that we have just recorded as well. So plenty to get your teeth into over the next few days. And of course, Dan is probably upstairs on the phone right now, speaking to some random people about Florian Wirtz, because that tends to be the Dan club.
Yeah, it'll be something like Florian Wirtz, dog walker, or something like that. Someone who's played with him somewhere.
Dan's tracked someone down, I'm sure. Esham says, Liverpool playing 4D chess, let him buy a train at the AXA. Yeah, they did like it. They all come out of the look and went, I'll get me here. I will absolutely get here.
That's genius.
I forgot about that entirely.
That's what it was. They were tapping them up the whole time. Chris, I'll let you have the final say. But again, we've been here before. We've got to get T's crossed, I's, dots. Florian Wirtz in a red shirt next year. We are days away from celebrating a Premier League title, and at this stage of the season, we're all usually a little bit ready for our break. It feels like we want to be back playing tomorrow. If Florian Wirtz signs,
it really does. Because no one else has signed a player yet, Steve. Listen, all I'm going to say is, like, everyone who's predicted and who does their predictions, all the pundits and everything else, I know where you're putting Liverpool at the start of next season. It's a completely different place. We are assaulting the Premier League title this season. That's what we are going to do. We are going to challenge for the Premier League title. Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, it's up to you whether you want to join us or not. We're going to be there challenging for it, okay? If you want to come and join the party, try. That's all I'm saying right now. But Florian Wirtz in a red shirt with Mo Salah and a potential centre forward as well. We've this season we had the top goal scorer and the top assist there. They're going to be two different people next season, but we're still going to have both titles.
Good grief, Mo Salah might score 50 goals. with this fella passing on the ball, it might absolutely happen. Right, guys, thanks very much for joining us on this breaking news show. Thanks to Lewis and Chris for staying around. Thanks for Aaron for putting up with us, producer who's producing about 17 different shows today, given everything keeps breaking. Like I say, do go and check out that amazing content on Plus. It's all there for you, and it won't cost you a penny. Use that promo code CHAMPIONS when you sign up.
Champions!
There you go. That's exactly what it is. And when you sign up as a monthly captain subscriber, and yeah, we'll catch you on next time. See you in a bit, everyone.